Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to apply shaders to a live video recording using CameraX with Media 3 effect. Now I want to make it very clear at the start, I don't know anything about shaders. The shader related code which I have written is I have copied it from the Android documentation, and specifically we will be using this like applying this periodic vignette shader effect. But using this particular example you can apply whatever shader code you want to apply to a live video recording. You can do that. So let's get started. So first I'll just mirror my device, so the output might be a little bit laggy, just bear with me over here. So I want to show you guys the output first. So it is asking me for camera permission, I'll give it that. I'll give record audio permission as well. Now here you can see to the preview itself it has applied the shader. I'll just click on the start button so that it applies the same shader to our video recording as well. So if you see at the thing which is expanding and contracting at the middle, so as well as the black corners, rounded corners at the to the video are also applied to through shaders only. So yeah, this is what shaders can do. So I'm moving my camera also a little bit. So yeah, I'll just click on stop and it saves the video to our external storage. So it also displays the URI if you want to play the video. Now I will just go to the files app just to show it to you that the video has been saved. Is the same shader to our video recording. So hopefully you got the point. Now let's see how to do this. So first I have created a native Android project. I'm using XML layout, but if you want Jetpack Compose as well, so first you will have to go to build.gradle.kts, and here you have to add few dependencies: Android X Camera Core, Android X Camera 2, Android X Camera Lifecycle, Android X Camera Video, Android X Camera View, Android X Media 3 effect as well as Media 3 effect. Then you need to go to libs.versions.toml, and here you need to add Camera Core, Camera 2, Camera Lifecycle, then the Media 3 effect, which is still in alpha at the time of me recording this video, but if it does become stable, make sure you use the stable version. And last one is this Media 3 effect version. Now here you need to add Android X Camera Lifecycle, Android X Camera 2, Android X Camera Core, Android X Camera View, and Android X Camera Video as well. And here you need to add Android X Media 3 effect as well as Media 3 effect. Once you have added all these dependencies, you just have to click on the sync now button and it will download all the dependencies for you. Then you need to go to manifest, Android manifest.xml. Here you need to add this uses feature of camera, uses permission of camera, record audio permission, as well as write external storage permission. Then you need to create this assets folder. So don't create it manually, make use of Android Studio as well. So just you will have to right click, new, click on folder, click assets folder, and here you just have to click on finish. I have already created it, so no point in creating again. So here you can see the assets folder. Now inside this you need to create two files. Now to create a simple file, the file extension is GLSL, which is I think OpenGL's way of writing shader. So just right click, new, file, and give the name fragment underscore shader underscore vignette underscore es2.glsl, and create similarly create another file, vertex underscore shader underscore copy underscore es2.glsl. Now the file name can be anything, most probably it should end with .glsl extension, but we are using this file name inside this particular periodic vignette shader program as well. That's why it's important you write the same thing so that you don't make the mistake. So this is first the fragment shader code. Like I said, I'm not an expert on this, so I'll simply show you guys the code. Feel free to pause the video and just copy this code. Again, I'm not an expert in this. Next one is this vertex shader code. Again, I'll simply pause. You can simply pause the video and copy this code as well. Okay, then you need to go to res layout activity underscore main, and here we first define a preview view, give it some ID, width and height is 0 dp, constrain it to all sides of the screen so that it occupies entire width and height of the screen. Then here we have one button as well where we give width and height. The margin bottom is 100 dp, we give it some ID and we constrain it to the bottom of the screen. Next you need to create this particular file. It is a Java file. Now you can convert this file to Kotlin as well, but like I said, I have literally copy pasted all this code from the documentation That's why in the documentation it was in Java. That's why I'm using Java over here as well. Again, I'm not an expert in this, but here you can see we are using the same name which we have defined it inside the assets folder. That's why this is important. Again, I'll simply scroll through this file. It extends from BaseGL shader. The most important logic happens in these two files. I think the rest you will have to do a little bit of R&D or read the documentation a bit, but I think it will be more or less the same thing, because here you can see we are passing these parameters to our, I think, vertex shader if I'm not mistaken. So this is how we pass it values to that, and I think these are like we are just overriding all these things, and here I think we are passing it to fragment shader, I guess. Again, I'm not really sure, you'll have to do your own research. So but this file is not that big, only 100 lines of code. So yeah, that's it for this particular thing. Again, feel free to pause the video and just copy this code, or you can refer to the Android documentation as well. Then coming back to main activity, which is in Kotlin. So here you can see these are all the imports. Again, feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports which are there. There are some dead imports as well which you can remove, like this one and this one. Then here we have extending the app compat activity. So here we have annotated with @unstable API. If I just comment this out, here you can see I'm getting a lot of errors. Now now some of you might be wondering, okay, given that we are using alpha version, it could be that. No, this error which you see comes like these APIs are coming from the stable version of Media 3 effect. But even though the library is stable, the APIs are a bit unstable. That's why we have to use this unstable annotation, but hopefully by the time you watch it they fix it. Then here we use this video capture. Here we have to use recording. Here is our executor service. Then we initialize our preview as well as our button. Then we use register for activity result for requesting multiple permissions. We make this variable as true. Then we just loop over all the values, and here we make the variable as false, and if the variable is false, we display a toast message, else we call start camera. Then inside on create, we initialize our viewfinder, we initialize our button. If all permissions are granted, then we call start camera, else we call request permission. Then button dot set on click listener capture video. Here we just call this capture video function. Then we just get this video capture, okay, and if it is not equal to null, we just do this button dot is enabled equal to false. We get our recording, assign it to this variable, and if that is not equal to null, we stop our recording and make recording as null. Then we use this simple date format. Then we use content values by passing display name, mime type, and relative path. Then we use this media store output options. Then we do video capture dot output, call our prepare recording as well, and if audio permissions is granted, then we just do with audio enabled. Then we start our recording as well, and if video record event dot start, then we just change the text of our button as well as is enabled. And if it is finalized and it does not have any error, we display a toast message, else we stop our record, close our recording and make it as null. Then we change the button text as well as is unable to true. Then inside start camera, we do get process camera provider dot get instance. We add a listener to it as well. Then we just do camera provider future dot get. Then here we do preview view dot builder. We set the surface provider. Then we use recorder dot builder, set the quality selector as well. Then we do video capture dot with output. We get hold of our back camera. Then we do use case group dot builder, add our preview use case as well as video capture. Then we create this media 3 effect. Then here to use this periodic vignette shader, you just have to do media 3 effect dot set effects list of, passing our GL effect, and here we just have to initialize it like this. Then we just do use case group builder dot add effect media 3 effect. Then we unbind our camera provider and bind it to the life cycle. Then here we create a method called request permission. Then we have another method just to check whether permission was granted. Then here we have on destroy, where we shut down our camera executor, and here we have this file name format as well as required permission variables for getting camera, record audio as well as write external storage permission. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.